Hey YouTube, this is Kerry Scrapping for a Dart. Well, I did a quick experiment video here. I had a question from one of my viewers that asked why I never pull apart transformers. For the most part, the smaller ones, they're not worth the time for the amount of money you get out of them. But these ones here are huge, so I just wanted to do an experiment and pull one apart and see if it was worth my time or not. So basically, this is what was in this transformer. That's all steel. Every one of these, it's hard to see in here, but there's tiny little lines all the way across here, and every one of those lines is one of these, very thin, but that's kind of what these are consisted of. Some go this way, some go that way. So these are the tools I use, by the way, to get this thing apart. Chisel comes in handy to break apart some of the plastic, and I use the hammer to tap the metal, which loosens these up, which allows you to pull them apart. I know I could use a Sawzall if I wanted to and just cut it down here and tap everything out if I wanted to that way, but I chose to do it this way for this experiment, so that's why I did it this way. And then you'll need a knife to cut the tape, and a screwdriver goes on one side and the drill goes on that side. So basically that's how you pull it apart. And this is the cool part, there's a lot of copper in this thing. I always cut it before I even pull it apart to make sure it is copper, because if it's not, if it's aluminum, I will not pull it apart. Okay, so I got the scale here. I wanted to show you how much these things weigh. These are very heavy. Onto the scale it goes. 19 pounds, like that. The steel, I think I weighed the steel out. It was about 14, 15 pounds, something like that. I'm not going to try to lift this with one hand for the video. But the copper that was inside, kind of wound. I know there's a little tape left on there, but I'll pull it off later. There's no weight to that, so that part's about 1.5 pounds. You add on to this, that, and you get 3 pounds 14 ounces, almost 4 pounds. So yes, it is definitely worth pulling one of these apart to make more money. I get about $1.20 a pound for number 2 copper right now. So doing the math, I think it's a little under $5 for the copper, and the steel is about 50 cents. I get about 2.5 cents a pound. So not much money in steel in my area, but again, if you add them both together, you're about $5.40, 50 cents, something like that. Versus if I took this in as is, I only get 8 cents a pound. So I don't get very much money for this versus pulling it apart. So again, do experiments. You guys can do this at home and figure out if it's worth your time to pull stuff apart. Again, I don't normally pull them apart, but if they're large ones and they're heavy, I've just experimented here and I proved to myself that it's worth pulling these apart. So it doesn't take much time, and I have about, I don't know, at least 10 of those to pull apart, so I'll get over $50 in copper. So it's a pretty good deal. So anyway, another update. Check out that stack of stuff. Kind of hard to see from here, but it's tall. It's well above the hood of our Jeep there. Those are all the components from those servers that I got. And some of those components have these in them, so I got at least 10 more of those to go. And batteries, oh my goodness. There's tons of these batteries. These are all lead batteries. They're all heavy. I get 18 cents a pound for these. There's just one. It's 6 pounds. So you can see how fast these are gonna add up. I mean, when I'm all said and done here, I'm gonna have well over 100 batteries, because there's a bunch more of these in those components over there that I gotta pull apart. So I'm gonna be busy. This is a cool load again, because there wasn't any waste material, no televisions, no printers, no flat screens, just all good stuff. So I'll be taking this stuff apart, and I'll be taking it into the scrapyard. So anyway, hope you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe. Take care.